in a hot world. Don't let them get to you. Don't let them tell you you're all the same. Snowflake in a hot world, light inside the dark. You lonely little spark, too frozen to feel.
To not repeat ourselves, to start it as an adventure and creating soundscapes and experimenting in the studio and using the studio as an instrument.
Just sort of changing our approach in how we recorded the record, the process. We figure if we change the process significantly, that the results are bound to be different, you know. So we ended up moving our studio from a, consolidated down to a much smaller studio that's probably about the size of this terrace, just very, very intimate for the three of us to just work in very close proximity. Sold off a bunch of old instruments that we weren't using, sort of purged and just started fresh.
And during the last 2 years, we've been playing a lot of sort of little shows around our area and in the Catskills, in small, strange, little like French bars and things like that, and doing just not playing Mercury Rev songs, just experimenting and playing, sort of these ambient pieces or instrumentals sometimes. And that's with all of our albums, just creating this inner space that the listener can also enter. That's timeless space, outer space, inner space, place that you can go to and explore these sonic possibilities.
Rather than sit at home and try and craft the greatest song of all time with the best bridge and the killer chorus and all those things, we sort of left those ideas behind to some degree on this record, and really just we would all come into the studio, sit down together and begin to play. And if 30 or 40 minutes later we were still sort of playing the same simple idea, we had a pretty good feeling that, okay, this is something that we should pursue. So if we could sort of get lost in that initial spark, that initial idea, then I think without talking about it, I think we just sort of went on the assumption that, okay, if we can get lost in this, the listener can get lost in this. And so there wasn't any sort of criteria that you had to check off, but just more of a gut feeling that's
intuitive, innocent, childlike.
It was interesting. The lyrics didn't really come until the very end this time. We concentrated on the music for a very long period of time. And most of the lyrics came in the last 5 months or so.
I mean, I think he was writing.
Yeah, but he wasn't.
He didn't really show. He didn't show us anything.
Rather than trying to make the music conform around the words he found his openings in the music where he felt, okay, I need to say something here. But that's in part why you don't necessarily always get the typical verse and chorus in this,
I mean, it was almost like making a film and then editing it from there. You just keep the camera rolling, and then at the end you edit it together. The rabbit and the cat were conscious of, to me, they're symbols of what are these creatures, and also that we live with. We live with rabbits and cats, but they're these strange creatures that have a lot of human qualities, but they're different beings. Just their eyes show so much emotion, and also just the cat and the rabbit in Alice in Wonderland play a big part in opening the door to other worlds, to other consciousness, as Alice goes through the looking glass, you know, and so we're inviting the listener in to our wonderland.